Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to Extreme Sim TV's coverage of the Loose Lugnuts Over the Top Designs Tuesday Night Throwback Series. And in the booth tonight, we got Matt and Rachel Thornhill once again. Rachel, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm holding in there, hanging in there. What else can you say these days, right?
Yeah.
Well, we are ready to go racing tonight. And here's the thing: we're back at Darlington, but some things have changed since the last time we were here last season. We've had an update to the track, the car, whole 9 yards. The cars are about a second slower, Rachel, than what we were last time we were here for last season.
Yeah, I've kind of noticed that based on the times that these guys are putting in.
Yeah, and of course, as always, Darlington, you know what that means. Some throwback paint schemes out of the woodworks. You see right there, Greg Mall in the 12, Jeremy Mayfield throwback. Rob Haynes there in the beer store 199. So we're going to have some different paint schemes out there tonight, Rachel. It's going to throw us off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely going to throw us off. I mean, we're kind of getting used to people's paint schemes, and now we're going to have to double check that we're talking about the right person.
One person still in the Exxon machine. That's going to be Jeffrey Merck. Judd Danielson there in his normal paint scheme, kind of just scrolling through. And look who has returned at Darlington Raceway. Ronald Klein back out there in the city Chevrolet machine. Great to have Ronald back out on track after his little vacay from racing. Back out there tonight. Uh, Andrew Schulte there in the Chrome 11. We also have Brandon Thornhill. Hey, Brandon didn't bring a throwback car. Party Pooper. And then we got Ted Wade there, the beautiful Levi Garrett machine out there as well. The old Jeffrey Brodine paint scheme. Dylan Gonez there in the 27. So there's some of your throwback cars and cars racing tonight. So Rachel, point standings before we get into this one. Believe it or not, our points leader right now, Mr. Randy Arms, after dominating the early half of the year, 2 wins on the year already. But guess who I do not see here tonight? I do not see Randy Arms anywhere.
Right. Yeah. I don't see him. I don't see there like Scott Patton. He's a normal person that we normally see running. Um, so that's definitely interesting because these are guys that are normally here week in and week out. So
And the thing of it is, that's what cost Randy last year. Missing those races is what kept him from winning the championship last season. So we hope that history don't repeat itself here.
right, yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Hopefully, he doesn't miss enough races for that to happen.
Well, we're going to get into qualifying here tonight in just a moment. Cars getting ready to get out there for qualifying. We got some numbers I got to update this week over the week, but we're going to be up and going. Qualifying, 5 minutes as always. To get out there and set your best lap time of the night. And I tell you what, I don't know exactly what to expect here, but I have a feeling they're going to be all over the place here tonight.
Yeah, if it's anything like what practice was, these guys are definitely going to be all over the place. We've seen a lot of them. Definitely having contact with that outside wall.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an issue there. There's the 199 of Haynes out there on track. And you see the black seams in the racetrack there, Rachel. That was a part of the update today. A lot blacker, a lot more rubber there in those seams, excuse me. And I don't think these cars are going to hook up as we see Haynes just about going around. I think every time you run across those things, it's going to get that car a little bit free, a little bit harder to drive.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've been kind of watching Justin Michaels out there, and I watched him in practice earlier, and I noticed like when he would get right on those seams, that's kind of when he started to somewhat lose control of the car. Um, so I think these guys are gonna definitely. Oh,
Oh, there it
and now
is.
that we,
As you
did,
spoke about it.
yeah, yeah, unfortunately, he lost
Ooh.
control of the car.
And there goes the front clip of that race car. And right now, Rob Haynes top of the board. Rob on pole here tonight in the beerstore.com machine. Rob Haynes out there in the 199 top of the board, 31.3. And again, last time we were here, we were down in the 30 bracket. So we're a second and 3/10 off what they ran when we were here last time. And last time we were here, that was back for race 12, December the 8th. We came out here for the first season and we had 10 lead changes, 7 cautions. Over or under, you think we're going to get more than 7 tonight?
I would hope we wouldn't, but based off of what we saw in practice, I'm thinking over. Because for some reason, this track, the change in the track, it's just making it harder for these guys to control the cars.
And again, we look at when we were here last, it was Mitchell Reeves going to victory lane with Randy Arms, Jeff D. Merck right there was third. And I tell you what, the most laps led here the last time out, it was Mitchell Reeves leading 48 of those laps. So it's going to be interesting as you see Reeves sixth on the board. That tells you how much his track has changed since we were here last.
Yeah, and it looks like you've got Victor Bartlett that's moved up into the second position right now.
Victor there, good run for him in the 414. Victor, another one of the newer comers to the league, doing a wonderful job. And we'll get ready to go qualify, go racing in a moment, folks. As we look, a couple of cars headed to pit road here. Ronald Klein 10th. I think this is going to be a hard race for Ronald Klein. Coming back off that little bit of an absence, coming to a place like Darlington, as hard as the place is going to be to drive tonight. I don't know how that's going to work out for him, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on like if he ended up being able to get an AC time, to practice this track before this race. Um, so, I mean, it really just depends. I mean, he did pretty well in practice. Like his times were up there. It just seemed like he didn't really get the qualifying lap that he wanted. So, but that happens. I mean, some people just don't do that well in qualifying. So it could be, he just didn't get the lap he wanted. So hopefully he'll be able to, make his way through the field, for the race. So.
Well, you take a look here. Haynes, top of the board. Now, he did lead 34 laps last time we were here, Rachel. So, top of the board might be a strong contender here tonight at Darlington. We got about 21 seconds left before we get going with the racing action tonight. Qualifying wrapping up at Darlington, South Carolina. And the track too tough to tame here. And we are going to be out of qualifying time right now. So, any surprise there that Rob Haynes is going to take the top of the board here tonight?
No, not at all. I mean, I had a feeling if he wouldn't have been first, he would have been in at least the top three. And obviously that doesn't surprise me that he's up there. Another one that doesn't surprise me is Jeffrey Merck. I mean, that doesn't shock me at all either. So.
Me either. So let's take you through the over-the-top design starting lineup. It's Rob Haynes, Victor Bartlett right there, but alongside Jeffrey D. Merck starting inside row 3, Justin Michael, row 4, or in fourth, row 3. Row 3, Brandon Thornhill, Mitchell Reeves, if I can talk again tonight. Row number 4 is Dylan Godest, Ted Wade there in 8th. Row number 5, Judd Danielson, John Pansula. Row number 6, Corey Tuggle, Ronald Klein. Row number 7, Andrew Schulte, Greg Mall. Row number 8 is going to be Trent Drum, Chris Balls. Row number 9, that's it. So we got, 16 here tonight for this event. Missing a few key players. One of them being Randy Arms, not here, your points leader. He is going to take a hit in the point standings tonight.
Right. Yeah. Randy isn't here. Also, I don't see Scott Patton's not here either. Those are two big names that normally, are here every single week. And so with both of them being out, Yeah, this can definitely hurt them points wise. So hopefully, they'll be able to, maybe they'll be back next week, so so they still have maybe some way of being in contention for, the championship. So
And T Wade on Discord or on YouTube posted first race in these cars, laughy cry face. Yeah, that would probably be the emoji I would use for first race in these cars at Darlington.
yeah, well, especially with it being Darlington, if this is his first race ever in this car, Darlington is definitely a difficult track. So, but I mean, he must be looking for a challenge. So,
Well, I tell you what, Rachel, let's get the bear bond ready, the duct tape ready on pit road, because we're probably going to need it tonight. 100 laps here from Darlington, South Carolina. Buckle your seat belts. New damage model, one fast repair. How many cars are we going to have at the end of the night? Well, we're going to find out here in just a moment. Boy, oh boy. I want to point out, good qualifying run there for Brandon before we get going here. Starting fifth, good run for him.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, he kind of likes this track. Like, this is not one of those tracks that he dreads. So yeah, so I think he was able to put more, effort into his qualifying laps. He doesn't always qualify very well, but he tends to like come from the back to the front.
It
So
sounds like one of those Dos Equis commercials. I don't always qualify, but when I do,
yeah, well, I mean that's pretty much what it is with him. So
Green flag.
all right, green flag in the air. Rob Haynes leads the field to green. Darlington, South Carolina. We are green. Haynes out by a couple of car lengths. Mert coming through the second, out there behind with him. Victor there as well, trying to figure this one out of turn number two.
yeah, Mark definitely got the run on Victor, and he was able to pass him, so that moves him in the second.
Justin Michael.
Oh, but Mark just hit the outside wall. So now he's moved back 2 spots.
And we're going to see that all night long, getting that right side up against that fence. I don't think that's the last time. Wow, the 32 machine out of shape. Here comes Thornhill trying to take advantage. These guys are just trying to hold on to these things tonight.
Yeah, that's what happened with Mark. Mark just got kind of loose. And so, oh, that was the 01 that I just saw sparks coming off of.
John Pansola, the 32 sideways. The 22 of Gomez trying to pick it up. Boys, we got cars out of shape all over the racetrack tonight. Everybody in 1 and 2. They're going to stack up once again. Oh, man, that's the 87 of Justin Michael pinching it in there. Car in the outside wall again. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that was Justin Michael that just got into the back of, I'm not sure what car that was.
I believe it may
Oh,
be 22 possible.
I believe.
I mean, wow. You know what we're going to need? We're going to need a counter, like a little counter.
Oh yeah, that was Dylan Gones. Yeah, no, they were moving so fast that I wasn't able to pick up who it was.
10-4. I think we're going to need a counter at the bottom of the screen to see how many times we say car in the outside wall tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be quite a bit that we say that throughout the night.
Mert sliding backwards. Here comes Klein forwards. Now look at this.
Yeah,
Arnold
he's
Klein working his way forward.
he's on the inside of Merck right now.
I'm not going to lie. I did not expect to see this. Being out of the car for that long, I just did not see Klein doing as well as he's doing right now.
Yeah. I just think when Merck got into that outside wall, that's just completely killed the momentum, in that car. Because, he was in second, and, he's already moved back to 11th. And I just think he's just hurt that car so badly. He's definitely going to probably need a fast repair, you know.
And,
Um,
and right here, yeah, he is Justin Michael taking a spot away from Dylan Gomez. That is sixth, fifth, and seventh, all right there together. And here comes Klein again under Thornhill. And Klein has figured something out here. He is moving forward rapidly.
yeah, I mean, he's been able to really hold on to the car, and he hasn't been getting loose like some of these other guys. So,
Out of turn two, everybody's got it figured out. We'll turn 7 laps complete this time by. Meanwhile, out in front in Lavo End, it's Mr. Rom Haynes pulling away from Victor. That's your front two vehicles of this race. Mitchell Reed's in third, Ted Wade in fourth, Justin Michael in fifth, Jonas to sixth, Klein to seventh. That is your top 7 cars here right now.
yeah, the top four have pretty much pulled away from the rest of the group, but you know, Justin Michael, Dylan Gonis, Ronald Klein, they're pretty close to each other. And you've got John Pansula right behind them.
Jeffrey D. Mert back here hanging on. Brandon Thornhill, Trent Drum.
Yeah, it looks
right
like
now.
everybody else towards the back, I would say ninth on back, are pretty spread out.
Oh, we got
They're not.
smoke. Not sure who from, but we've seen smoke for a minute. Everything seems to be okay. And another car outside wall turn 4. That
Oh,
is John Pansula. And one car around on the apron, and unsure of who that is.
ooh,
Corey Tuggle.
Pansula. Oh, okay. Pansula ended up getting into him, and Thornhill had a little bit of contact, but wasn't it wasn't bad.
Well, Tuggle went around, got the inside wall. No caution, but it knocked the front clip off that race car. He'll have to get that car repaired. 10 laps complete here at Darlington, South Carolina tonight. Again, folks, 100 laps your distance. Haynes leads, Victor second, Reeves third, Wade fourth, Michael fifth. That's your top 5. Gomez right there in sixth. Klein kind of have stalled out in seventh at this point.
I did notice that Andrew Schulte is no longer in the race. I don't know if he even started.
I think he just took that car to the home and put it up for the night. He's like, no, we're not gonna tear this car up. Right now, 12 laps complete. And everybody's starting to get spread out here, Rachel.
Yeah. Looks like Merck just took himself down pit road. Also, it looks like Corey Tuggle he took it to the garage. He's done for the night.
We've already lost 2. Merck coming off of pit road, big time damage for that 60. You got to feel for Merck. Bad luck here at the start of this one tonight. He's going to have a long road to recover in that Exxon number 60.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's currently 2 laps down. So yeah, he's definitely, oh, Dylan Gonis just got into that outside wall. But you've got Klein on the inside of him right now.
Yeah, Klein doing a really good job trying to take advantage. And look right there behind him. That is the 12 of Greg there as well. So these 3 race cars under a blanket right now into 1 and 2. And these guys are struggling tonight to keep these cars underneath them.
Yeah, well, and I think with Gonis, again into that outside wall, and also he already had that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
well,
Wow, Klein in the outside wall. What happened there? Rachel, is the 12 of Maul acted like he was going to go 3 wide. It spooked Klein. Klein tried to move up, but he wasn't clear. Clipped the right front, or the left front of the 22, which put Klein in the fence. Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think it helped for Jonas. He also has that back end damage whenever him and Justin Michael had contact earlier. So that plus being in the outside wall multiple times, I'm sure his car, is just hanging on right now.
So I got a question for you there, Rachel. Have you got
Hmm.
that checkbook open for new right side quarter panels? Because you're gonna need it tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised. I mean, he did the same thing on his regular car.
Right.
So, something about those right side panels that, just have to replace.
Every time you turn around.
Yeah.
Hey, on the bright side, you just flip out the checkbook and start writing. Just get a truckload of them brought in.
I think we might have to start doing that.
But right now, all kidding aside, Brandon's doing pretty good. He's running eighth. The left side of the car looks great. Um, not
But
sure about the right.
yeah, no, we're not going to talk about the right side of the car.
Now let's just look at the photogenic side, which will be on the left. Oh, everybody's now starting to get a little bit of a gap to them. Reeves getting past there for position. Justin Michael under him as well. That's a side-by-side battle for the fourth, fifth, and again Reeves outside wall, but he'll gather it back up. And I think they're getting some spread out tonight, Rachel. It's just simple. They're doing everything they can to just hold on to the car, much less race around someone else.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, I think we're starting to kind of hold back because obviously, these cars are just getting way too loose and it's really hard for them to like really drive these cars the way they want. So, I mean, even though they do all have one fast repair, that's all they have. I mean, the you want to try and keep your car as clean as possible so you don't have to, you know, use that fast repair really early, and then you'd be completely out of the race pretty much. So
Well, I kind of feel bad to say this to the drivers, guys. You've done 20 laps. Bad news is you got 80 more to go.
yeah,
Justin Michael, right there. Carney outside wall to 32 of Ted Wade. Bouncing it off the fence, gathers it up. Great job by Wade. Michael to the bottom. They're going to be double file. See, they can't really race here, Rachel. They're just trying to chase the car.
yeah, and unfortunately, when they're trying to race each other too, it's like the one on the uh going down into underneath them when they kind of come up, it makes it hard for that car on the outside to not hit the wall.
Yeah, like
Because
there's no
it just
room
leaves them
there.
with no room.
Yeah. Here comes Reeves as well. Three-car battle. Nose to tail. And
Yeah.
I'm surprised that we've turned 22 green flag laps. I'm going to be honest.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there was plenty of times where it looked like we would have had a caution because of, just what was going on, people hitting the walls and stuff. But these guys have just been able to keep it, as, clean as they can.
Right now, they are something about a second slower than they were when they started the race back 23 laps ago. Last time by for your leader, it was a 33.147. And, and his best lap of the race is in the 31s. So, yeah, they're about a second, 2 seconds off what they ran. Actually, last time by, fastest car on the racetrack was Reeves at a 32.8 with the Ronald Climb with a 32.8. So both those cars were the faster cars. And they are right now fifth and sixth, and Rob Haynes up here leading. Again, it's kind of a little bit slower right now. The car's starting to go away a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that, these guys are right now like the cars are just a lot slower because I mean, if you take a look at the gap between like just okay, Victor is what 3.7 seconds behind Rob, but then you've got Justin Michael, who is almost 11 seconds. It's like 10.6 seconds behind.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a huge gap between um first and second, and and then all the way back. So first and second are pretty much out there by themselves.
John Pedsola, last car on the lead lap right now, in 10th. He is in danger of going a lap down here before much longer.
Yeah, I mean, John right now is what, about 20, a little over 24 seconds behind. So, Rob could definitely, start catching up to him pretty soon.
And that's unfortunate, right? It's just like, wow, it sucks for him. But there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, I mean, most of these guys have some type of damage on their cars. I mean, I don't think there's anyone on this track right now that hasn't either hit that outside wall or hit someone. So I think pretty much all of them have some type of damage.
27 on 100 laps complete here tonight at the Darlington Raceway. Luke's Lugnuts over the top designs. Again, folks, if you're looking for a paint for your car for Throwback Week or anything else, check out Over the Top Designs on Facebook for all your painting needs. Don't look your best, look over the top with Over the Top paints and designs.
Looks like we got another car that was taken to the garage. Chris Voiles, he ended his night as well. So we've got 3 cars that are currently not on the track.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, we're going to the house. We're done. We're not going to push our luck any further. Well, everybody's hanging in there, Rachel. It's been a pretty smooth race all evening long so far.
Yeah. I mean, it was unfortunate for the others, where they ended up, taking it to the garage. But I mean, overall, everybody else is pretty much just trying to, stay consistent and get their laps in. Um, so that right now we've got 13 cars on the track right now.
Alrighty, folks. Well, we're going to take the time while it's kind of slowed down. We're going to go to crank it up. We'll be back with you here in about 3 laps while we crank it up. Enjoy the sights and sounds of Darlington Raceway. got folks back here, back cars on pit road. First round stop. 12 on pit road. The 12 on pit road. Again, that's Greg and the customer number 12. The 11 on pit road right now.
You
Haynes
also
is
have John Pansola that is coming down pit road too.
John coming down also. Everybody coming down for the first round of stops here tonight, ladies.
Yeah. Trent Drum just pulled out of pit road.
Yeah, and that's interesting. You look at it with 35 complete, new tires on some of these cars. Now, how much ground can they make up on these newer tires over guys that have not pitted yet?
That's the only thing I'm not sure because of how large the gap is and between everybody. I mean, some of these guys were like 20 to 25 seconds behind the leader. So it really would just depend on once these leaders come down to pit road, like how fast they get off pit road and how much they can close that gap.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be the biggest difference, I think. Like you said, is your pit road exit, everything revolving around your pit stop, how easy you get into the box, how hard you push it. 'Cause you can lose a lot of time even just coming to your box.
right, yeah. And we've seen it multiple times where people end up being like 15 to 20 seconds back because because of because of their pit stop. So yeah, it's really gonna just depend on how a lot of these guys come in and off pit road.
And what's going to be interesting here as we cycle through. There's no way this thing goes all the way to green, green, right? There's no way that happens. I mean, I'm assuming. But if it does, you run a bit longer on fuel. How long can you run on fuel? When will your final stop be? You got to start kind of planning ahead for those things.
Right. And they're on 70% fuel. So, I don't really know how many laps they can go on a tank. I mean, with them, I'm sure they're probably more worried about tires than fuel. Because just the way that they're having to drive these cars, the way the track is, I'm sure. I mean, it's just eating their tires. I mean, we noticed it just in the in the lap times.
Yeah,
So
it's destroying their tires here as we continue to run 40 laps complete tonight, folks, here on Extreme Sim TV. Here for the Old Top Vines Tonight Throwback Series. And carting out the side wall, that's an 87 Justin Michael. Hang on to it, buddy. Oh, Michael almost went all the way around there, right?
yeah, he was able to hold on to it though, no caution or anything. So
I'm not gonna lie, there for a second I thought that was their caution.
yeah, Ted Wade though, I don't know. He was having some issues with his car because I just saw sparks coming off of it and looked like he got kind of Yeah, he got kind of sideways. Looked like he just scraped the outside wall.
Yeah. Rob Haynes out front leading the way right now, continuing to lead at the moment. Mr. Haynes, the 199 machine, leading right now with Victor in second. And Victor is closed down. That gap is now down to 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely closed that gap because I mean earlier it was around like I think like 3.5 seconds. So yeah, I mean he's definitely trying to close that gap between him and Rob, but they also haven't came down pit road yet, so I'm not sure how much longer they plan on staying out.
Well, I think they've kind of painted themselves in a little bit of a box here. They got to kind of run their strategy to the tank is dry pretty much at this point. I think it's kind of what they're trying to go for here. Greg Mall right there, one on fresher tires in the 12. Working underneath right now at Victor. Victor, of course, running second. Mall one lap down with those fresher tires right now at 9th. Actually, 2 laps down as we run right now.
Yeah, it looks like the only one that's one lap down is Judd Danielson. Everybody else is either 2 to 3 laps down right now.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how this is going.
Yeah, I mean, and that was all of the people that I believe. I know Trent Drum had came down pit road. Pensula came down. I didn't see Merck come down, but Greg did, and I'm not sure about Judd. I didn't see him come down pit road. But to say that they ended up 2 to 3 laps down because they pitted already, that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of weird how it's all panning out here as we continue to work our way through here at Darlington. Folks, we're almost halfway here at Darlington tonight. Close to halfway through this one tonight, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going by really fast. I mean, these guys have been able to somehow, keep these cars from causing any type of caution. I mean, we've had some close incidents, but overall, they've been able to, keep it green so far.
The one car I kind of feel bad for as we take a look is Jeffrey Merck in the 60. Um, wow, just not what he has wanted here tonight. He had a good run last week, didn't get the win he wanted, and now here tonight, just the wheel was falling off of it here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he started off great. I mean, he started off in third, and he was working his way up, to he worked his way up to second. But unfortunately, that damage that he got, on the right side of his car, it kind of ruined his night because it just made him start falling back and losing multiple spots. And so he ended up in like 11th, and then
Yeah,
it just, went down from there.
and
So,
unfortunately, he hasn't got a caution to repair that either. I think that's the bigger issue here. Well, what do you think we're going to see in the next half of this race?
well, I mean, obviously, the top 7 are going to have to come to pit road sometime soon. I mean, those are the only ones um, that have not pitted, unless Ronald did. I don't think so though, but he's somehow 1 lap down. So, um,
And I think what the guys up front are trying to do, they're trying to make it a one-stop race.
and that could be what they're trying to do.
Well,
But
we're
yeah, though,
49 in now, so there's only really 50 more laps to go here. So it's kind of interesting that they're able to stretch it this far.
Justin Michaels coming down pit road. Yeah, he's the only one so far out of that group that's coming down pit road right now.
Justin Michael down in the 87. And Rob Haynes still out there. Now that gap up front has closed in under a half a second here, Rachel.
Yeah. Um, and the thing is, and it could be that Rob just might not have the tires to really hold off Victor. I mean, we've talked about it multiple times how this track eats tires. And, you know, they've been running out there for quite some time.
Yeah, and you're going to look. As we got Victor to pit road, Reeves to pit road, Haynes will stay out another lap. And this one lap he stays out. That might be the difference in him losing the lead when they come back out.
Yeah, that would be the only thing I'd be worried about. Thornhill stayed out too, though.
Thornhill playing the long game here.
So Haynes and Thornhill are the only ones. Oh, okay. He's coming down pit road now. So Haynes is the only one that has stayed out.
And now Haynes is coming down. But I'm pretty confident. I feel
Oh,
pretty good.
he
Haynes
missed.
it.
Yeah, he missed pit road.
Wow, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
The only good thing is I'm pretty sure the cars that are just now pitting, they're good to go to the end, I'm pretty certain.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. But that is gonna hurt Haynes though, because that might put him in a really bad position if depending on when the rest of them come off of pit road.
And the other thing is he got enough fuel in that car to make it another lap. He does apparently. He's on the apron now. I'm watching his speed, watching to see if he runs out of fuel coming to his box. He's on pit road, so he's going to make it down pit road. Can he make it to his box here? That's going to be the question. Again, if you run it up to that limit and then you run out of fuel, that can be the problem, is having enough fuel to make it down to your stall.
Right. Yeah, I'm watching right now to see.
You both are watching like hawks.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to make it?
Right, because I mean, he's having to come down pretty far for his pit stall, so.
He made it. Now the question is, how much time does he lose due to that little mishap of missing pit road, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, here comes Victor now. Yeah, this is going to be big. Victor's by. Haynes is going to lose a ton of time. Thornhill is now by him, but he's one lap down. Justin Michael coming for third sideways, trying to get by Haynes. Haynes may be able to hold it, but man, oh man. He went from being out front by half a second, Rachel. He's now 9 seconds off their leader, 10 seconds. Wow.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, that extra lap is what threw him off.
Michael in the outside wall again. In the 87, he'll hang on. Maul there in fourth. Ted Wade in fifth right now, a single file. 55 of the 100 laps to lead here tonight. What about Mitchell Reeves in sixth? Brendan the Man Thornhill in seventh. Jeffrey D. Mert in eighth. He's recovered. He's one lap down. Mitchell Reeves is the first car one lap down right now in 02.
Yeah. Looks like you've only got what five
cars
yeah,
on the
5
lead
cars
lap.
on the lead lap. Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is not what we expected tonight.
Yeah, no, not at all. And also if you look at it, Haynes is 10 seconds
Yeah, 9,
behind.
9, 10 seconds back, yeah. And
Yeah.
he's not, he was 4/10 of a second faster that lap. But here's the thing, I don't think you can keep that rate up to catch Victor before this race is over.
Yeah, that would be really hard unless Victor somehow messes up, you know, maybe gets into like the outside wall and gets some damage that makes him slow down. But other than that, or if he gets caught up in lap traffic.
Like he is now with Judd Danielson. Wow. Judd holding him down there. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
That was close.
See, and that's the risk if you're a lap down racing a car that hard with the leader.
Yeah. And now you've got Mitchell Reeves that that cleared Judd.
Reeves, though, one lap down.
Right. So he's definitely trying to catch up to Victor so he can get that lap back.
But I will say this, just that little bit of time that he spent in that kerfuffle with Judd, that allowed Haynes to knock off 2 seconds of that race lead.
Yeah. And Judd got into the outside wall. Caution's not out though. He was able to hold on to it.
Judd having a heck of a time out there. Victor leading right now. Now Mitchell. The best thing he can do is to pull over and let Reeves go. Don't even go side by side with Reeves. It's going to cost you more time than it's worth. Just, come on, man. Let him go. Come on, Victor. Victor, play it smart.
Mitchell's getting sideways.
Oh, man, this is going to be big.
Caution's out.
Reeves, Berg. Oh! Somebody else is caught up into it as well on the apron. Wow.
I didn't see who else it would have been.
Well, there's your caution. We'll go back and take a look at it. Oh, I thought we had a shot at going all the way green flag here tonight.
Yeah, I mean it did look that way, but
Wow, that was Danielson on the apron that got wrapped up into it when Judd came back down the racetrack. Just unfortunate. Reeves gets kind of out of shape here. Ronald has nowhere to go, and it just goes south from there. You see Reeves' car step out of line, gets sideways, gets the wall. Reeves tries. Ronald tries to jack up, couldn't do it. Nowhere for Merck to go, and then Danielson just killed Merck on the bottom. Wow, that car is destroyed. One more look at this, and Danielson comes along, and he is just going to clean Merck out like a right hook from a prize fighter or something. Just clean Merck completely out. Nowhere for. And Danielson's on the brakes, but just, ooh, wow. Holy macaroni, and then more contact. My oh my. Merck's car's on pit road. He might be out of this event, Rachel.
um, um it depends on if he uses fast repair. I don't know. I don't know if he used it at any of his previous pit stop. But if he did, yeah, then it doesn't look good.
We're gonna grab Merck
It
here.
does look like we had Dylan Gones has taken it to the garage. So
Alright, I'm gonna grab Merck here from the infield care center. Hey Merck, it's Matt up in the booth catching up with you after you got out of the infield care center, buddy. How you doing?
Man, that was a rough ride. I had a rough night tonight. The thing about they updated these cars, they updated the track at the worst possible time. So yeah, I took a ride, but everything checked out good.
Well, man, your car is pretty much done for the night, correct?
Yeah, I used my fast repair after that first stop. We like went into one, and I think it like net coated up into Victor Bartlett. Uh, Gave me like a 4X and a 6X, and then my car was way down on power down the front straightaway, so I had to use my fast repair, and then I got caught up in that incident with Mitchell and a couple of teammates there, and took me out of the race.
Well, man, I'm just glad. Me and Mrs. Merck is glad to know you're okay after that ride, buddy.
Yeah, I can get a little bumpy in this motion rig, especially in these '87 cars, but yeah, we hung on to the wheel and stayed in the seat.
Well, we got a great staff down there at the infield care center, buddy. Glad you're okay.
All right, man, thanks.
Yeah, see, buddy. Man, oh man, Rachel, what heartbreak there for Mr. Merck, as always. Man, he just can't catch a break, it seems like.
oh yeah, unfortunately, he just had some bad luck tonight. But there's always next week. You know how it goes.
Yeah, as always next week. Well, we'll be double file here for the restart. Just shy of 20 laps or 30 laps to go. We'll have roughly 35 to go. Now, you know what they say, cautions breed cautions. And with them double filed up for a restart yet again, everybody's on cold tires. They're going to have to be careful that they get back up to speed. We're not spread out like we were. We've got 7 cars on the lead lap for this restart.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And then just with this track, the way it is on cold tires, yeah, they definitely need to be cautious on this restart.
Good start for Haynes. We'll pull back out front. Michael is clear 2. Everybody single file line into 1 and 2. They didn't stay double file for long there on the restart.
It looks like everybody's trying to kind of just stay more of like a single file right now, which I don't blame them because, you know. Oh, speaking of which, somebody just got into that outside wall, but I
The
couldn't tell who
11s,
it was.
the 11s slow back straight up front straight away, or excuse me, I believe that was the 11 or 12. That was the 12 that got the slow front
Okay.
straightaway. Ronald Klein just about got wrapped up into it there. He had to check up hardcore to get that car away from it. Does that, makes it work. But it's Rob Haynes who leads right now, 66 complete. And I tell you what, if you're Rob Haynes, you got to send a gift basket to Ronald Klein and Mert Reeves, all them involved in that conflict. Because that just saved Rob Haynes' race, I do believe.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I mean, the gap that he had. Oh, Victor and Justin Michael just both got into the wall, but now Victor going to the inside of Justin Michael.
Victor cleared. I think Victor's the only one that's probably. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! 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 Wow!
Oh yeah,
Jeez.
that was close.
Oh, we're
Oh,
not done yet. Oh! There it goes.
Justin
Hang on to it,
Michael.
Justin. Oh, over the blue line. He hangs on. Holy cow!
Wow. Yeah, that was a close one. I was expecting that one to be more of a caution, but he was able to hold on to it.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay, that was a ride.
yeah, that was really interesting how that worked out.
Well, see, here's the thing, Rachel.
Oh, Ted
Oh,
Wade into
another
the
one.
wall. Oh, yeah, he's spinning.
We
Oh,
got it.
okay.
How many times are we going to say
I
tonight?
know. We're just gonna keep saying that. Um,
Oh, more trouble. Everything's fine.
every
We're
time I
hanging
see
on.
that smoke, I'm like, I'm just waiting.
So we started tonight with about a half a pack of Lucky Strike there, Rachel. I'm completely quickly depleted my stockpile over here. Because, holy cow.
Yeah. It's been an eventful night for these guys.
I don't think I've seen this many saves of race cars in one race ever. I mean, these guys
No.
are just bringing these things. Whatever update they did, you can definitely save the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're practically drifting these cars, trying to save them. So.
This should be the Drift Fest 500 at Darlington. Because these guys are just drifting all the way around the racetrack at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Um,
Hey, we could go early 2000s on them and get them out there and watch Honda Civics and drive.
right.
What's that other one from the Fast and the Furious, the green one that Paul Walker drove, whatever make that was?
Oh, well, I know they had Civics, they had the Supras
The
too, right?
Supras, yeah.
Yeah.
72 of 100 laps complete here tonight. Head Wade right now in fourth. He's all over, well, Wade sideways. Hang on to it. Thornhill's right there as well.
Yeah,
Oh
it
boy.
looks like Thornhill wants to try and go around Wade, but because Wade's been having issues with keeping his car straight. Oh,
Oh.
see if
Wade,
he can
come on, man.
pass him. I don't know.
Oh, he's
Oh,
clear.
that's gonna be a close one. Yeah, that was gonna be real close.
I feel so bad for Wade at this point. He is just sideways every corner.
Yeah.
And I think it was Ted Wade that said this was his first race in these cars, right?
Right. Yeah, he was the one that said this was his first race in this car. But to say that this is his first race, he's actually still done really well. Yeah, he's had some issues, but I mean, he's still been in the top 5 for most of the race. So, um,
Sideways Wade. He hangs on to it. The
is that
Wade.
gonna be his new nickname, Sideways or Wade?
Yeah, that's got to be it.
You're just gonna call him that from now on. It's
Yep.
like, look, we're just gonna call you that from now on.
Yep. Sideways Wade 32 hanging on right now down the front straightaway once again. 75 with 100 complete here tonight. Oh, smoke. Somebody's sideways somewhere. And we're good.
I have no idea where that could have been, but I was looking for it because I saw the smoke too, and I was like, it's either Wade's car or it's Thornhill's car from where it came. But I, Thornhill he didn't get into the wall, so I don't know.
Well, is it bad when seeing smoke is becoming the norm tonight?
It's like we see smoke, okay, we gotta go up there because there's something going on. But
Right
no.
now, Rob Hayes leads this one here tonight at Darlington. 76 of the 100 complete. And oh yeah, we go short track racing next week. We go North Wilkesboro. So we're not done with this craziness quite yet.
Right. But hopefully with North Wilkesboro, they won't just change the track like right before we have a race.
I'll tell you what, this scares me too because I got some races coming up this week at Darlington. So I'm a little bit timid. I'm going to have to go out there and get some practice.
Yeah, I mean, definitely after what these guys are going through tonight, I would definitely say, practice as much as you can.
They're kind of slow, of course. Right now, Haynes leads. Of course, got to give a personal update for the loose Lugnuts people that watch here to keep an update. Me and the number 61 Extreme Recon Toyota Tundra, we're off this week. We are not racing in the truck series I compete in. We'll be back racing next Wednesday night. And I'm proud to announce, woot woot Rachel, as I go into the final round of the round of 12. I'm in the good right now by like 7 points to make the round of 8. So,
Oh, nice.
doing
Congrats.
good.
Yeah. Oh, and just while we were talking about that, Greg Mall ended up getting into that outside wall. Thornhill did get a run on him, but then because he got kind of loose and sideways, like Thornhill kind of backed off.
Oh, sideways out of shape right now. Brandon the man Thornhill setting in Q4. Ted sideways, Wade right there behind them. They're gonna stack it up.
Yeah.
Rachel's over here getting the checkbook out.
I'm kind of worried because it's like they've all been kind of out of shape a little bit. So I don't know.
Just look at the bright side. You got 20 to go this time by Rachel.
Yeah,
And you
I
make it
mean, I
home
think.
with a pretty clear checkbook after the night.
Yeah, I think he can kind of hold off for a moment. Like, I mean, there's 20 laps. He could eventually get around him. I just think he needs to kind of hold off for a second. Like, he's
And,
still got a little bit of time.
Yeah, they got it.
I saw it. I saw that where he got loose.
And, sideways again. For the love of all that's holy, Brandon, don't grab the clutch tonight. That's a very bad idea.
Yeah.
That would be bad. But Rob Haynes leading the way, 19 laps to go here at the Darlington Raceway. Victor Barlett in second. I kind of feel bad for Victor because he kind of got robbed there of what was probably going to be a win.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that caution is what messed up that whole thing for him. But luckily, he was still able to, he's still able to stay within the top 3. I mean, he is about 3.9 seconds behind Rob. I just don't know if he can. Oh, Greg Mall into the outside wall again.
And he hangs on. Right here's a chance for Thornhill. He's going to have to push that car in pretty deep, though, to make it clear.
Right.
And
yeah, but you've got Wade right behind him.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Oh, Wade. Sideways Wade. Oh, man. He held on to it.
Yeah, he was able to hold on to it.
Jeez almighty. We have got to interview Wade after this race. His arms have to feel like jello. We got Greg Mall to pit road. with
Yeah.
17 to go.
Maul just has so much damage on that car, though. I'm sure that's probably why he's coming down pit road because it's just he just keeps getting sideways, and it just doesn't seem like he can really do much with the car.
I tell you what, Wade's arms are going to look like Popeye the Sailor Man by the time that we're done here tonight.
I'm sure. He's just been involved in too many, like just like close calls that I know he's like, I mean, you can definitely say he's probably now he's going to be pretty much a professional drifter by the end of the night.
Yeah, I think I could pretty much make a complete YouTube video just out of the drifting operations.
Right.
And Rob Haynes out front leading. 15 to go this time by folks at Darlington Raceway for the Top Designs Tuesday Night Throwback Series. Again, we head off to another historic, if I can talk tonight, racetrack next week in North Wilkesboro Speedway for what will be round number 5 of the Summer Series here for the Top Designs Tuesday Night Throwback Series.
Well, Greg Mall took it to the garage. He's done for tonight. So
14 to go this time by for race leader Rob Haynes. Victor gets in the fence a little bit. He'll keep it rolling. Victor probably feels like one got away from him here a little bit tonight, and I'm sure, honestly, it kind of did. I think he had a good shot at it. But with 14 to go, he's 3.8 back, and unless Rob Haynes makes a oofy, he's pretty much got this one.
yeah, that would be the only way. That, or if another caution comes out, for them to stack back up again. But as of right now, just looking through the field, everybody's pretty much. Well, Ted Wade's down pit road, but other than that, everybody else is extremely spread out. Like nobody's even close to each other right now.
Well, we better watch on the front straightaway, make sure there's not a loose tire out of pit road down there for a caution. 20 laps after the tire comes out there. Cough, cough, officiating NASCAR garbage. If you didn't see what happened, you would not get the joke. If you did see it, you know exactly what it's all about.
Right. Yeah.
Daggone monkey could do a better job of officiating that one, I'm telling you. That was garbage.
Right. Yeah, that didn't make sense. But yeah, so I mean right now, I mean you got Victor's really the only person that would have somewhat of a chance to get up there, to battle it out with Rob, but I mean, we're at what 3.7 seconds between the two.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty much Rob Haynes' race to give away here. So he's just got to take his time, bring the car home in one piece, and take the trophy, kiss the trophy girl, and go home.
That and also nobody has a caution at all, like bringing out a caution. But like I said, everybody's pretty spread out. Nobody's really by each other, so we shouldn't really have a
Victor
problem.
got in the fence a little bit, goes it back up. I have no clue when we got a virtual trophy girl, but apparently. So.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when we got one of those hired, but I'm just gonna say we did. 10 laps to go. Rob Haynes out front, Victor second, Brandon Thornhill third. Laps to go this time by. So it's 9 laps to go for the Tuesday Night Throwback Series here on Extreme Sim TV. 8 laps to go this time by for Rob Haynes, leading this one in dominating fashion here tonight. And if we go back, are we really surprised? Keep in mind at the beginning of the show, I said that Haynes had led. Let me go back and look here. But Rob Haynes led 34 laps the last time we were here. So again, doing exactly what he did the last time. This time, a little bit better finish. if he could finish this out. 4
Right.
seconds to gap.
And also you got Ted Wade. He took it to the garage just now. So
Oh no, sideways Wade. I guess he figured he'd have nothing
oh,
being sideways.
Victor got into the wall like oh it was pretty bad. But I mean he was able to hold on to it.
7 laps to go at the Darlington Raceway. And at this point, for these drivers to spread out, they're just trying to get to the checker flag at this point. They just want to see
Yeah.
that checker flag wave.
Yeah, I mean they don't have to they can just take their time with it. They don't have to push it very hard or anything because like I said, they're all so spread out that there's nothing, they're not really racing anybody.
Yeah, this is the old adage, race the racetrack. So with 5 laps to go, again, they'll be back in action next week at North Wilkesboro Speedway. That'll be coming up next Tuesday evening, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Oh man, these guys putting it together here. Rob Haynes out front. Everybody is just so spread apart at this point.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Victor, because of that incident that he had with the outside wall, it's definitely knocked off even, it's made a larger gap between him and Rob because now he's at like 4.3 seconds behind him.
Yeah, and right now with 4 laps to go, Haynes is at the point now to where you're pretty much counting it all the deals in victory lane.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's really nothing that Rob could do right now that would, keep him from crossing that finish line, as the winner. I mean, unless he just completely just throws the race, but that, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, me neither, not with what will be 3 to go this time by. Well, I'll tell you what, he's run a beautiful race, has Rob Haynes here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely dominated this race, the whole time. I mean, he stayed consistent. I mean, he started in first and he's finishing in first, Um, and I mean, the same thing for Victor, though. Victor did end up falling back a couple times, but he started in second and he's finishing in second.
Yeah,
So,
doing a
uh,
wonderful job.
yeah, so I mean, they both ended up pretty much are going to be finishing where they started. The only one that's actually moved up in position is Thornhill. I mean, he started in fifth and he's going to finish in third. Justin Michael actually started in fourth and he's going to finish in fourth. So
2 laps to go at the Darlington Raceway for Rob Haynes. Victor in second. Here we
looks
go.
like there's an issue with Ronald Klein's car because he was like down on the apron and I mean now he's not, but I mean he was going extremely slow, so I'm not sure what happened there.
I'm not sure. Looks like he'll keep it up to speed though. White flag out for Rob Haynes. He led 37 laps last time we were here. Come home 12. Tonight he's going to redeem that. He will lead coming out of turn number 4. Coming to victory lane. Rob Haynes, 92 laps led on the evening. Gets his win here at Darlington. Great job for Rob Haynes. Victor Barlett second. And Brandon Thornhill comes out of turn 4 for third here tonight. And we have survived Darlington, folks. What a race it was.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a very interesting race. It did not turn out the way that we thought it was. I mean, but in for some people that was a bad thing, because some people didn't have the best night. But for Rob Haynes, Victor, and Thornhill, I mean, it ended up being a good night for them.
Well, let's talk to our race winner, Rob Haynes, down here on Victory Lane. Celebration to begin here in a moment. Where is Mr. Haynes in Discord? Or in the team speak? Gotta go hunt him down. There he is. Rob Haynes, man, up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going, Matt?
Well, I'm going good, man. Well, I tell you what, man, you had 92 laps here tonight on your way to Victory Lane. Now let's back up a bit. Last time you were here, you led something like 35, 36 laps. You finished 12th back here last time we were here in December. Does this kind of make up for that a little bit?
Oh yeah, it does, Matt. That I made a mistake. Obviously, pitting on 36. I must have had a tire issue. Maybe I was overdriving or something. But man, tonight was fun. I thought Victor had me there, but man, I don't know what happened to him. I guess we caught the caution there. That gave me a bit of a break. I changed two there on that last pit stop and got me out in front, and never looked back, Matt. I'm excited, man. I'm pumped.
Well, great job, man. Plus, you had the beer store on the car tonight.
I did, yeah. I painted a new scheme. It's just new. I just slapped, what I could on it quickly tonight, but I'm gonna work on it and get it looking better. And good omen there, Matt. I like that. Changed the paint and pulled off a win here. And it's hard to do in these cars, let me tell you.
Yeah, it looks like y'all were sideways more than you were straight out there tonight.
Yeah, it's tough, and two tires weren't too bad, Matt. Actually, I seen the leader take them earlier. He said in the race that he had taken two tires, so I thought I'll give him a try there at the end, and it worked out. And I don't know how they stuck so well, but they did, and I'm happy with it, man. It's so hard to get a win in this series with these cars and these drivers. I'm really proud of what I accomplished tonight. It's a good feeling.
Well, you did a wonderful job there, Rob Haynes. You get to go to the beer store, get you an adult beverage, go kiss the virtual trophy girl that we somehow hired here tonight.
You bet.
And count the money, man, because you walked away at Darlington Victory Lane.
I appreciate it, Matt. Rachel, I'm going to go back and obviously watch the broadcast and enjoy it like I always do. Everybody watching, thanks. Over the Top Paints and Designs, Mitchell Reeves, everybody, thanks for what you're doing. John Hedrick, you guys at Extreme Sim TV, we're enjoying it and we're having fun. Man, I'm still pumped, Matt. I'm going to keep, I'll remember this one for a while.
Well, man, you did a great job. Congratulations, Rob. 92 laps led on your way to Victory Lane here tonight.
Thank you.
Rob Haynes coming home victor tonight. Let's get ready to see, have we got P2 in TeamSpeak? I do not see Victor in TeamSpeak. There he is. How about Mr. Hey, Victor, Matt up here in the booth. Got a copy?
10-4, I'm here.
Alrighty, man. Well, you drove that Folgers machine to a P2 tonight. Tim Richmond throwback on that machine tonight. You had the lead there. Do you feel like you had it before that caution came out?
Yeah, taking two tires, I mean, it really helps the turn in the car. These cars tend to get a little tight, so taking two tires freed the car up. I thought I had it. Yeah, I was not looking forward to that caution when it came out.
You have this unfortunate timing there for the yellow for you. Kind of cost you here tonight.
Yep, but we'll be back next week. Good win to Rob. He did a really good job. He got out there to the lead, and I knew if he got out there too far, I wouldn't be able to run it back down after the longer run. But good job to him.
We did a great job coming home P2 tonight. Anybody like to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, I want to thank my family, my little brother. I know he's watching all the way back in Virginia, so thank you guys.
Well, man, you did a great job, Victor, coming home in P2 here tonight, man.
Thank you.
All right, we got one more interview. You want to take it, Miss Rachel?
Sure, why not?
We always do it this way. Oh, it's kind of funny. Hey, Brando, Matt and Rachel in the booth, got them?
Yes, sir.
All righty, Rachel, take it away.
All right, so congrats on third place finish. How's it feel?
More out. That was a hard run.
Yeah, we kind of noticed everybody was kind of struggling throughout the night. It seemed like you guys are pretty much professional drifters now. Um, because I mean everybody was like all over the place. So noticed you started in fifth, you came out in third. You think pit wise, is that what kind of made you like gain those positions? Because I know you fell back quite a bit for a while.
Yeah, I fell back at the beginning. I didn't know everybody was kind of all over the place, and I figured I'd just fall back and just let the car come to me. And we, I didn't. It wasn't really a pit thing. I was just trying to pit as close as I could to running out of fuel. So I felt like I just kind of got a feel for the car the first half and got more comfortable with it in the second, and was able to actually drive it.
Gotcha. So, once again, congratulations. And is there anybody you'd like to thank, sponsors, anything?
You guys, John Hedrick, Mitchell, Ronald, and everybody that shows up and does this thing. So
All right, man. Brando, you did a great job tonight, buddy. It's fun to watch.
appreciate it, man.
All righty, man. I'll holler at you later, Brando, buddy.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
Good. All right, Miss Rachel. There's another one in the books. Good interview by you. And, well, we head to North Wilkesboro next week.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to that track though. I think it's gonna be good. I mean, the short tracks are always, they're pretty entertaining. So
Indeed. Well, guys, a big shout out, as always, to Over the Top Paints and Designs. You can check them out on Facebook at Over the Top Paints and Designs. And again, don't look your best, look over the top. We appreciate y'all coming out here tonight. We'll be back next week, North Wilkesboro, round number 6. Here tonight, we walk away from Darlington with a lot of drifting race cars and a race winner in Rob Haynes. We will see you next week at North Wilkesboro. Thank you once again for each and every one of you coming out every week to check out this broadcast along with many others. Again, it's been Matt in the booth. For tonight, we say so long from Darlington Raceway, and we'll see you next week at the virtual North Wilkesboro. It's been Matt and Rachel in the booth. Catch you in the next one. And there it is.
all right.
It's a